for being here. I appreciate you guys for clicking on our thumbnail. We are the Trio of Destiny. All three of us tonight. We're here to talk about the Punisher special, aka the Punisher One Last Kill. Which is an interesting title because there were several kills. It wasn't one last. There were a couple.
So we were lied to.
Oh, man.
We were lied to in the marketing and the naming of this show. But I'm not here alone. My name is Cedar Superior. I'm here with my co-hosts. Start off at the bottom. We have Vic. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. What's up?
What's good? That's right. I like that. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. Talking about the Punisher.
Right. Oh, very true. Very true. And of course, we have the great Grand Slam Poobah. What's going on this evening?
You know, I think I'm doing a lot better than the people that had to deal with Frank. So pretty wow.
Wow.
So let's just get into it, folks. This special was announced a couple months ago. And I've been excited to watch it ever since the season 1 finale of Daredevil, because we do see that, you know, he did escape from the clutches of Fisk in that little like island of where he was holding people hostage. And from then on, I was wondering where the F is Frank, right? So we kind of get an update, but it's honestly, it's a little left in limbo for me, because where exactly in the timeline are we with Frank?
Yes. I was asking that too. So I thought they were going to pick up maybe a few months after his escape, but it seemed like this was even before his escape. I don't know where this is. Where are we here? Because there's no even then too, there's no mention of, you know, Frank escaped. It seemed like this was taking place after season 2, the Punisher, because they talked about the family that he killed or whatever. And I'm like, when did this? I didn't watch season 2 of the Punisher, so bear with me, guys. But I'm just saying, when the hell did any of this happen? And where is no? Please go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, they left it so open-ended, and I'm thinking if it, to me, I don't know if it's after Daredevil Born Again, or if it's after season 2 or before season 2 of the Punisher, because he's clearly lost his mind in this special, right? He's not all the way there. And he seems like he's on that route in Daredevil Born Again. However, there's the thing of him not wearing the Punisher logo until the end of this, and like it's weird. Even like the haircut is different. Things aren't lining up. But Vic, what do you think? Where do you feel?
I mean, this whole thing felt like the beginning of something.
Okay.
Honestly. Like it felt like episode 1 of the season, because you saw all of his trauma from losing his family, and you see him like talking to his daughter in his head, and then you see how people, all the dead people that he's talking to, basically, like people that he's lost, people that he's killed.
Even the other Marines he was like, you know, fighting alongside. We see them as well. Yeah,
and so like, you know what, and it's kind of showing a little bit of his past and everybody that he killed, and then the lady in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah,
mind you, that lady's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I was wondering where I seen her from. I was telling my fans, I was like, was she in Goodfellas or something? I felt like she was in something else.
She was in something called Who's the Boss. It was a TV show in the 80s.
I remember that. Okay.
I remember Tony Danza and damn, what's the name of that girl? The girl that started the Me Too movement. She was in the little girl.
Charmed, right?
Yeah, the girl, the lady from Charm, right?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Her. Who did she? Who did this lady play? Was she like the sister, the mother? What was
in that show? In that show, Tony Danza and Alyssa Milano, it was father and daughter, and then they moved to Jersey and into Angela's house, and she was like the boss, and he was like the housekeeper.
So Angela was the lady in the wheelchair.
Yes, like yeah, exactly. So you know, I was happy to see her because now she's fitting into her old lady role.
Well, she was a woman scorned, pretty much. She came for
Wow.
vengeance. And honestly, when we were first introduced to her, at least when she first appeared, I was thinking she was, reaching out to Frank for help, like, "Oh, my family was killed, and I heard you were, an avenging angel." But
Mm-hmm.
basically, she was trying to get him, like she was trying to get him got because he offed all of her, gangster family members, her sons and her husband,
Mm-hmm.
and she was out for vengeance.
She really was.
Yeah,
A woman scorned. Like,
Can
yeah.
I can I say though, she must have been her husband, right? She must have really loved her husband because the husband was a piece of trash. Like she
Yeah,
even said,
and
like,
horrible.
yeah, she was pretty much like, yeah, no, I know he did his dirt. My point is, I would get revenge for every other family member but him. I would have said, you did good there, Frank, but the other
No,
stuff,
no, no. She was an enabler. She had that son who was allegedly touching on kids and stuff. Did you hear what
oh
she said?
yeah,
Yeah,
he
you can
did,
go. You can get
yeah.
out of here.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Right, the last
I
kid, right?
mean,
The
Yeah,
last
the
one.
youngest one.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
I
And
mean, like, there was enough money for her to forgive a lot of things.
I guess that's what it was. She was looking the other way. She was looking the other way with the business, the little
Mhm.
mafia business. She was looking the other way with the husband cheating on her left and right. She's looking the other way with the boys. Because
All
even the
right,
big
I bet you
son,
how many jobs does she have? Let's find that out.
huh?
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. She was looking the other way because she didn't have to put in no work.
Yeah. But even the middle son, who was the police officer, he was looking a little sketchy too. Oh,
He was. There
Ah,
wasn't that. Wasn't he? I don't want to get all graphic on this show, but he was doing something to a woman. But there was like a dead body. There was like a dead body next to it because there was like a
yeah,
body, and they zoomed into him with the woman.
it
So
was
yeah,
weird. I don't know. It's a lot of sketchiness happening. But speaking of the
mhm.
graphicness of it all, I was
Yeah,
shocked to like when I'm thinking about this being on Disney Plus, shocked
yeah.
and surprised because it definitely was very graphic. They were showing all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't expect to be on Disney Plus.
That's right.
Guys, what did you think about that?
A
I
Disney ain't Mickey ears no more.
No.
no, but
A lot more than that.
you know what I think though? I think they realized with a property like this and Daredevil, they can't Disneyfy. I feel like that was a word that we were using for a while, and that was kind of a fear with Daredevil and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And I think they realized because what's Frank gonna do? Hit someone with a lollipop, hit him with a candy cane. They
Exactly.
had to go the route that they were going, and I love that when they opened like viewers discretion is advised or whatever.
Mhm.
I said, "Oh, we're in for something. I know
Yeah,
we're into something." So I love that they let the cuffs out and they just let Punisher be Punisher. Like, there's no other way. I think it would have been an injustice if they went another route.
I
I mean,
agree.
think about it. Imagine if like the old lady was Snow White, and there was just a whole bunch of
What?
dwarfs. There's a whole bunch of dwarfs
Wait, what?
Okay,
right now. So,
very
my
PG.
eye ho.
Yeah, it wouldn't have flew over very well.
It wouldn't have worked. I think they just knew like they had to let because I feel like there's a lot of times where Disney might have interfered with Marvel projects and stuff like that. I can't name anything on top of my head, but I think they know, like, hey, we just can't handcuff him and let him do these things. And I did want to get to a thing real quick. So we're trying to figure out the timeline here. What if this is before he ran into Matt? Is anyone thinking that or nah?
Mm.
Uh,
Wait
I,
a minute. Didn't he have the Punisher thing on when he
But
ran?
yeah, he did
maybe,
have the Punisher like
maybe.
emblem on at the end of the episode, but I had to go back and check. He did wear the Punisher emblem again in Daredevil Born Again season one.
Mm.
Okay.
Specifically, the scene I was looking at was when he was fighting with Matt in his in the apartment
Apartment.
for
Yeah.
the explosion. He wore the Punisher thing,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
I'm thinking maybe after, only because the haircut is different. He had like the long kind of situation going on. It looked like he cut his hair
The
and he grew out his
situation.
beard. Maybe.
And you know what? You might be onto something. And this could be like after Matt went to jail or something like because also the city's in a frenzy. I don't know if they're in the same part of New York exactly though, but
No.
no, right?
It was
Okay.
given. You know what it was given? Sunnyside.
Well, they
That
said
area.
specifically where he was. It wasn't a real place in New York, but Matt's supposed to be in Hell's Kitchen or whatever,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And in the Punisher special, he was in a place called Little Sicily, which isn't a place in New York.
That's not a
Oh,
real
okay.
place.
Yeah, it was like a fake place.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
But from the look of the train and everything in the background, it looked like Sunnyside, Queens.
Yeah, I can see
Oh.
what you mean because there was certain I think it was like the F and the E or something like that. I know I saw like certain and I don't think the E goes to the sunny side, but I know there were certain train stations I saw and I saw the letters and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, that's
There was,
interesting.
there was one
You
I
in,
to
wasn't
see
so
your
aware of
first
it.
hand
it
scoop,
might
see your
it
first
might have
hand
been
scoop from
somewhere
the
in
New York.
Brooklyn too, because they was all
We are the
blue.
we are the New Yorkers. There we go. Yeah, I got excited when I saw the subway on top. I was like, hey, I know that train. I really don't.
Nice. But yeah, as far as the graphicness of it, very graphic, but there has been a lot of discussions or gripes online about one particular scene, and I have a clip of it, and people were complaining about the CGI and how it looked and saying how it looked like a video game. And admittedly, when you look at it,
This felt
it
like
does look a little video game-esque, right?
yeah, it was very
Um,
Mortal Kombat.
yeah, very Mortal Kombat. But
Mhm.
it was like 2 seconds of let me before we get into it, let me just show it so you all can see it. This is coming directly from comicbook.com on their TikTok. I don't know if you're gonna see it just really quickly. If you see it's a quick little clip, but you can see
Mm.
it's given The Sims 4 or something. It's given like
What? No, you know, I love that you said that because I can imagine it and go, wahoo!
yeah,
Just
something is it's odd.
give it.
But according
Yes,
to
no.
Comic Book, they said that the only thing that was like VFX in that scene was the face. Apparently, this was a real like stunt double,
Mm.
and everything about it was real. I don't know if I believe that. It's given, AI.
I'm gonna be honest though. Is it really that big of a deal? Like I feel like I blinked and I missed it. It's not even
Yeah.
that. It's not even that big. I mean, look, the way technology is. I don't know. I was in the '90s and the graphics were a lot worse. This don't bother me as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
gonna
at
be
all.
honest with you. What bothered me was the scene after that, where at first he fell
Oh.
on the air conditioner, then he fell on the pieces of wood, and then they threw a guy, and all of a sudden he had to fall down
On
and
the
he
bus.
and then he hits his head on the bus, and 2 seconds later he's just getting up like nothing happened.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like,
My cousin said
yo.
the same thing. He said he would not be getting up from that. That
Mhm.
makes no sense. But
Yeah.
I'm willing to overlook a couple things. Honestly, the VFX of it all didn't bother me. The
Yeah.
only thing that's bothering me is the fact that they're denying that this was like some, AI generated, because even like the freaking the thing
That's
that he's falling on looks fake. I'm like something
that is PS2 graphics at its finest.
Facts.
Clearly PS2. That's a
Yeah.
PS2. That's a PS2 cutscene.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
K2. I was more laughing at the rooftop unit looking like a bed. It looked like it wasn't supposed to be looking like that. And for them
Yeah,
to
that's
claim
true.
that the only thing that they VFX was the face, I'm calling BS. I'm calling BS.
It sounded like they were really embarrassed, and I don't know why. It's just and another thing too, it's a TV show. Like I feel like with the TV shows, they're not going to put all that budget in like a movie. So like, what's the big deal? And also too, if I could just throw out here, just a cheap plug here from the Trio of Destiny, we did a lot of CW shows. You can all check out in the archives if you would like to. My point is, why I'm saying all that is, we watch CW shows and we didn't care. That's all I'm trying to get at.
Facts. The bad VFX never, it never hurt me none as long as the story's good.
Mhm.
But a couple things before we get into the whole ass kickingness of the episode, we're seeing that Frank is struggling with his mental health. He's seeing, his dead children and his army mates, like we mentioned before. But he's also seeing visions of someone who I didn't expect. Karen
That was wild.
Hey.
That was wild.
Yeah. Because
That was
like at first I was like, at first I was thinking she was a hallucination, right? Because he was hallucinating a lot of things. But then when he specifically asked her if this is a hallucination, she said no. I was like, oh, did she really pop up? Like what?
Right?
Yeah, but she didn't. It was all, all a lie. But they're definitely still feeding into this, will they, won't they, even though Karen is with Matt as of now in the show.
Well, I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, Karen got needs. Matt is in jail. So like, I wouldn't blame her if she said, "Hey, Frank, Frank," and you know what she could say? Frankly, things haven't been going my way, and she just goes with Frank.
Hilarious.
My thing is also Frank is more her speed anyway. She's down with the get down. She's like, people gotta die, and I'm right along with her. People gotta die. Matt's still trying to play the, he's a lawyer type game. And Frank is with the BS. So they make more sense to me in my head. Frank and her.
Well,
I could see Karen with.
I think Frank will get her killed.
Oh, more so than Matt Murdock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She's in danger either way. Yeah,
I think that girl.
Honestly, I think she's in more danger with him because look at the amount of people and the effort that they went to try to kill him.
Yeah.
And he had all kinds of guns and all kinds of weapons and all kinds of stuff. Daredevil just got a stick, and he can't see.
We're not going to lean on that. Well, he can't see because for a guy who can't see, he does kick a lot of ass.
He does. Let's
not use that blind thing on there.
But as the only woman on the panel, I will let you know right now. I feel more safe around Frank Castle than I would with Daredevil because first of all, Daredevil. He's gotten his ass.
Listen. Did you see how he got her off in court? Frank Castle.
Yeah. By making it all about himself. Okay.
I mean, still he got off.
I guess
he got off because Frank.
You know what?
They would have been rotting in jail together. I guess. So.
I'm going to combat Cedar Superior. She said Frank Castle. I hear what you're saying. It's the abs, but it's really Matt because I agree with Vic. Vic, if you put Frank in that scenario, they're both going to jail. But you use Matt. Matt is going to sit here and say, Karen, enjoy the bodega across the street. I'm going to go to jail for you.
No, Frank wouldn't have her in jail anyway. They'd be on the run. They wouldn't even have caught him. He's out and he's gone. He would have been like a ghost, right? They wouldn't have been able to find him, which is they still looking for him now since season 1 of freaking The Punisher. So no, she wouldn't have been in jail. She would have been on the run.
Nah,
but she wouldn't have been in jail.
She would have.
Well, I'll say this about Karen. If Karen was there, she would have slapped that old lady for Frank.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
for sure.
Yeah, that's true. That lady would have been on the floor.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't have been on the floor. She would have disintegrated to dust.
Right.
But by the end of the special, we see that Frank made a choice, right? He had the option to go after the lady in the wheelchair to kind of end things with her for, because she's the whole reason why all of these people were after him, or save the little girl from the bodega and her father. And he opted to, go ahead and save the little girl and the dad. Would you have done that? Do you think
I wouldn't be? I can tell you right now, I wouldn't be in this situation at all. So no.
But do you think he made the right choice?
Yeah, no, he did.
Yeah, no, because she's gonna come back for him.
Okay.
She's gonna chance at her. She's gonna come back for him. So he wouldn't have had if he didn't save the old man at the bodega that he probably saw every day and all that kind of thing. He would have felt bad about it.
Okay.
You know what I was going to also too. I think it shows Frank's other side. Like he's just not this brute that just kills people. He has he lost his family, and he didn't want to see that man lose his daughter the same way that he lost his daughter. So when you ask the question, is the right thing? Yes, I think it's totally the right thing. Now, what I will say, I don't know if it's the right thing, is to kill the person in front of the said little girl.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I think he did. I think he made the right choice.
Oh my God! Once again, Cedar Superior is his whole way of saying she rides with Red Hood.
What are the options? Let them get away with it, or kill him in front of the little girl. You gotta things happen. But we have another comment here. She get no sleep with Frank. All that yelling and hollering in PSD.
No, he was yelling a lot.
He was yelling. But that is a loyal man. That is a good man, Savannah. He is a good, loyal man. Matt Murdock, she would have to worry about whatever little short skirt walks up next in the damn courtroom because he always got that wandering eye. So good.
That is so disrespectful. He's blind. How dare you? What do you mean wandering eye? That was very insensitive.
Now with Karen.
That's Brillo, Cedar Superior.
Karen is the round-the-way girl to Daredevil. Karen is the one girl that he's doing the most for. He ain't never do this much for no.
That's true.
That's true.
He's ready. He's ready. I guarantee you, he's ready to put a ring on it.
At least we forget. They try to make us act like this never happened, but I remember from the earlier seasons of Daredevil, she talked to Foggy first. She went on a date with Foggy first.
Well, what was the haircut? It's the haircut.
It's. I'm just saying they try to act like that didn't happen. I recall specifically.
I might do
it with Foggy first.
You know, it's been a minute since I watched season 1, and I feel like I have to watch that back because I honestly was sitting there saying, "Are you sure?"
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
but she was having sexual tension with Bullseye. Karen she be like, I don't know what kind of pheromones.
Yeah, you're sitting there worried. Listen, they're just toxic for each other. You're sitting there blaming Matt, but you're looking at Karen and you're saying,
it's Matt. Look what he did to Heather. Now she been lost her mind because how he was.
Heather
never called her back. But anyway, to bring it back to the special. It ended in a way that we see Frank has decided that he's no longer just on a revenge quest. He is an avenging angel in a way. He's going after people who do wrong by the little guy, right? And I thought that was interesting. I wonder how it's going to play into Spider-Man because we already know he's going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. What are your thoughts? Do you think that we're going to get any more Punisher specials? Because to me, this seems like we didn't get enough here. I feel like there's more story to tell.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like there's going to be more of that. And the way, just the pacing of this one, that from the beginning and the end, when the homeless guy, the way they killed the dog was very cruel.
That pissed me off.
So the fact that at the end, you just see Frank Castle off in that guy. Mm-hmm. It gives you redeeming.
Yeah.
And then old guy gets his hat back and he was like, no, that's not all he did to me. And then bang, goodbye.
I was going to say, I wanted to touch on what you were saying. What I thought was interesting. So Frank usually just kills not to say that just kills the kill, but he'll just kill. But when he looked at the guy who stole the hat from the homeless guy, he looked at the homeless guy and the guy said, and then that's when Frank pulled up. Yeah, he was like, and he said, "Okay, yeah." Pretty much like, "Yeah, get rid of him." I don't think there's gonna be another special. I think this was it. I you know what I like about it is because what you guys were saying, like, you feel like there's more juice in the tank. You want more, and I like stuff like that, and it makes you more excited about what his role and what he's gonna do. And Brand New Day. So I think this is it. I don't think we're gonna get anything, but I do sit here and say this. I don't know how many more seasons they want to do of Daredevil. I know season 3 they're working on it now, so I don't know if it's season 4, but I would like for him to be because I feel like he's never had no interaction with like Iron Fist, Luke Cage. There's something interesting about that, and I would love to see if they could put him in there some way somehow. So, well, if you were saying what was Punisher, go ahead. Yep.
No, I'm saying let's get into these comments. We have what was the one last kill? He killed more people in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lie. They lied to us.
Lied. Oh, we got Silhouetted Animator in the chat.
Hey,
my name was the Barracuda. She nicknamed him Barry in it. Oh, okay. The Barracuda is top tier Punisher villain. Oh, interesting. Because Death Stare whole time. I was like, what's she going to let him loose? Like,
the guy that was
the black guy, the guy who was next to the lady in the wheelchair.
The black guy. It's the black guy.
I think that we got to get more because we never got any resolution to the lady in the wheelchair. She's out and about living her life, still vengeful because Frank is still alive. She knows he's still alive. So I don't think she's just going to stop. So there's a story to be told there. I'm hoping that we get like something, I don't know if it's going to be mentioned in the Spider-Man movie or not, or if it's going to be like I don't think she's necessarily going to make an appearance, but if they're going to like mention it at all, or I don't know. I just hope that there's more because there's definitely more story here, in my opinion. But hold on, we got some information here from our guy in the chair. Also, Nucci represents Frank's end game. Okay, she is where his story ends. Not yet, but someday. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
The last loose end. Exactly. She's a loose end, which is what I was saying. We got to figure out what happens there. But for now, Frank is detoured to altruism. Okay. All right. Very interesting. What we got here, Link Dravit to my people in my Facebook page. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Appreciate
that. Appreciate that. Thank you.
That's pretty much where we're going to end the discussion, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you're watching the video, please like the video and join us tomorrow because we're going to be talking about The Boys, the newest episode of The Boys. We got one more episode after this for The Boys, and it's done. Yep. I don't know how they're going to do it because I feel like there's a lot to happen in one little last episode we're going to get, but we're going to talk about it then. All right. Well, thank you for being here and see you later. Goodbye. Bye.
Peace out.